I have with me Ayaaz Khan from Max Life Insurance. Hi, Ayaz.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, good. As when you think of a tech-led creativity, which campaign comes to your mind?
Well, I think there are many. Tech-led creativity is at the center of almost every campaign that you see right now. But the most recent one that also possibly won a Cannes for India recently was the Cadbury's tech-led creativity, which they did with Shah Rukh, right? Where they reached out to store owners across the country during the time of COVID and personalized their conversations and personalized their one particular communication for them and for them to use locally. It was truly an example of what tech was able to do at a large scale. And I think that is the key for technology to be able to get scale is where you really need to take the ability of technology to a very different level.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, metaverse, AR, VR, generative AI, FAD, or the next something?
Well, I think all of these are here to stay, right? And it's important in what context are you using this, right? So whether it's metaverse, whether it's VR, AR, or generative AI, it is here to stay. And we as marketers and business owners and storytellers need to get this as a part of our storytelling. Now, how technology sits on top of storytelling is where the key is. So goes without saying they're here to stay. Metaverse, I feel there is still a little bit time for us to move to that level where truly metaverse becomes a part of an ecosystem and we go that virtual where our identities are also out there on a cloud-based system as a different avatar and we are behaving in a very different way. And there's still some time for that. But AR, VR, and generative AI very, very much here to stay. It's something that is easing the processes for marketeers and for business owners both. But I think the thing to see will be that how does all of this come into play on storytelling, and how is this able to solve real business problems for marketeers and business owners? I think that is where the real test of these technologies will lie.
Very true. And any takeaways from your own session?
Well, key takeaways were many, but I think a couple of them. What was good about the session was that we were a bunch of panelists who were from varied fields in various categories. So I think two for me stood out. One was the fact that this entire conversation on consumer insights that we have. I think the one point that one of the marketers made was to how do you differentiate noise between data. So there's a lot of noise that you see, and that's important for you to be able to see what's relevant and what's not. That's number one. Number two was that this entire thing of real-time data that you have and this entire fetish for real-time data, how do you get that data into actionable insights and propositions to get into your storytelling? So real-time data is enough and more for us to kind of fathom, but it's also important for us to be able to see what data is relevant for us and not be able to kind of get completely blurred with that kind of data. So I think these two things are very, very important for me.